Hello everyone! Welcome to Open Up, a series about how we communicate. My name is Ten, and today we're going to be talking about using if-then statements to create a boundary. If you haven't seen my first if-then video, I definitely recommend watching that one first. You can find that video here. If not, to recap, if-then statements have a script, and it goes, if blank, I need blank because blank. So regular if-then statements are used to express a need before something happens, but you can use a variation of them in order to set a boundary. Now, a boundary is an expressed limit around the way in which you'll engage with someone. It's focused on you and the way you'll behave in response to a situation. So you can use if-then statements to create a boundary, but it has to be focused on how the situation is impacting you and the way that you are going to behave in response. So that script goes, if blank, then I will blank because blank. For example, if you make fun of me while we do this activity, I'm gonna stop playing because I think I'll feel really self-conscious and sad, and that's not how I wanna feel when we hang out together. Now, you can soften this or make it more of a conversation if you say something like, does that make sense? Or how do you think you'll feel about that? Or do you need anything if that's what I decide to do? And it just makes it a little more open rather than like, this is what I need and that's it, and you can't have any say in the matter. For example, if you're gonna be late, I'll wait about 20 minutes and then I'm gonna leave because I think I'll feel really resentful if I stay any longer. Does that make sense? And the other person gets to go, oh yeah, totally. Or they can say, well, what if I called you first and let you know that I'm stuck in traffic? Don't call if you're driving. You know, it starts to become a conversation around, okay, I understand that you have this need and you don't want to feel resentful by waiting any longer. How can we problem solve this so that we can still have our plans? What is it about waiting more than 20 minutes that makes you upset? It becomes sort of like a discovery around how can we make this work for each other? And that's great. So what's important to remember about this? Well, you have to focus on you and what you're doing for yourself. It's not about getting someone to do something else. It's not about them or judging them. It's about like, okay, here is what the situation is and here is what I'm going to do about it. The other thing is that you want to remember that other people might have feelings about the boundaries that we set with them. And that's totally fine and totally normal. Even though boundaries are about ourselves, they still have impacts on other people, right? Boundaries are a relational thing. So we can be sensitive, we can, ask them how they feel if we're willing to do that. We can negotiate with them while still holding our boundaries firm and be like, this is what I need or this is what I want. So why might we set boundaries this way? Good question. So just like regular if-then statements, if-then boundaries are proactive versus reactive, right? They lay out the expectations so that other people have an opportunity to opt in or choose something different. It also shows that you understand that there is no normal and that your expectations and your principles are unique to you and they live inside your head and they need to get outside your head in order to be effective and in order for other people to know that they exist. And it also shows that you are taking ownership of your reactions and your feelings, right? You are understanding the situation and going, I have an opportunity to make myself feel better or to change the situation. I'm not just going to sit here and wait for an hour while I stew in anger and resentment when I would feel better if I just went home. You might still have feelings about the person being late or your plans not working out, but you do have the power to change things and to respond in ways that feel better for you. And that's great. That's amazing. I love that. So that is it for using if-then statements to create a boundary. I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was helpful. I love hearing from you. So let me know what you thought. Liking, subscribing, commenting. They all indicate something one way or another. And I can be found on Twitter and Instagram at Mighty Feels. And that's all. You're great. I hope you feel great. And thanks for watching.